Good morning. In the last session, we have discussed rank nullity theorem. In this session, we are discussing some problems related to rank nullity theorem, also one theorem. Okay, so before that, we have discussing some note, and the note is first one: if A is an m by n matrix, note that A is an m by n matrix over the field F, then row vectors of A, let it be alpha 1, alpha 2, etc., alpha m. Okay, and alpha I is equal to AI1, AI2, etc., AIN. Suppose A is equal to A11, A12, etc., A1n, A21, A22, etc., A2n, AM1, AM2, etc., AMN. Okay, so row vectors means these rows. Okay, so ith row we are denoting this as alpha j. So ith row actually AI1, AI2, etc. AIN. Okay, uh, and the space spanned by these row vectors alpha 1, alpha 2, etc. alpha n is known as row space of A. The space spanned by row vectors is known as row space of A, and clearly it is a subspace of Fn. Why? These row vectors A11, A12, etc. A1n. How many elements are there? N elements. Therefore, clearly these are subset of Fn. Okay. Therefore, these if alpha 1, alpha 2, etc. actually alpha m. Okay, these alpha 1, alpha 2, etc., alpha m form a subspace of Fn. Similarly, if you are denoting beta 1, beta 2, etc., beta j are column vectors of A. Okay, number of elements A11, A2, etc., m. Therefore, then clearly they are subspace of Fm. And this space is known as column space of A. Subspace spanned by row vectors of A is known as row space of A. Subspace spanned by column vectors of A is known as column space of A. Now, the dimension of row space of A is known as row rank of A. Similarly, the dimension of column space of A is known as column rank of A. Clear? Now moving to one theorem. If A is an m by n matrix with entries in the field F, then row rank of A is equal to column rank of A. Okay, row rank of A means dimension of row space of A. Column rank of A means dimension of column space of A. Okay, clear? For this, we are defining a map T from Fn by 1 to Fm by 1. If you look at this one, clearly rows are subset of Fn. Okay, Fn is same as Fn by 1. Now what is Fn by 1? Set of all n by 1 matrices. Okay. Similarly, what about columns? Columns are element subset of Fm. Okay. So Fm you can write as Fm by 1. Fm by 1 means m rows and 1 column. Okay. So define this map. Okay. By Tx equal to Ax. Okay. A is a m by n matrix. X is a n by 1 matrix. Therefore, Ax is a m by 1 matrix. Therefore, clearly this map is a well-defined map. Okay. Now we are going to prove this T is a linear transformation. For any C belongs to F and x comma y belongs to F n by 1, T of Cx plus y equal to A Cx plus y by definition. A Tx equal to Ax. Therefore, T of this one equal to this. Okay, now matrix multiplication is distributive. Therefore, this you can write as just A Cx plus Ay, and you can take C outside. Therefore, C into Ax plus Ay. But Ax is same as Tx. Okay, similarly, ay is same as ty. Therefore, t of cx plus y equal to ctx plus ty. As x and y are arbitrary, we can say that this is true for every x comma y belongs to fn by 1. This implies t is a linear transformation. Now, what we have to prove? What we have to prove? Row rank of A equal to column rank of A. Okay. Now, for this t, tx is defined like this. Okay. Look at some example. Let A equal to this one and x is equal to this one. Okay, now what is actually ax? Ax you can write as a into x. Therefore, this a11 into x1 plus a12 into x2 plus etc. a1n into xn. Okay, this is the first column. Now, next one a21 into x1 plus a22 into x2 plus etc. plus a2n into xn. This is the second one. And similarly, this one. And this you can write as this. Okay, this is actually like this. Okay, and this you can write as a11x1 plus a21x1 plus etc. plus am1x1 plus a12x2 plus a22x2 plus etc. plus am2x2 plus etc. plus a1nxn plus a2nxn plus. Okay, and here in this x1s are common. So you can take x1 outside and this one plus x2 into this one. If you look at this one, this is actually first column of A. This is actually second column of A. Okay. Therefore, this is the first column, this is second column, and this is nth column. Okay. Therefore, what is this one? This is actually a linear combination of columns of A. Okay. Therefore, if you take any tx clearly belongs to range of t. Okay. Then tx is a linear combination of column vectors of A. That means range of t is contained in column space of A. Now, if you consider column space of it, that means if you consider some linear combination of columns, some C1 beta 1 plus C2 beta 2 plus etc. plus Cn beta n. I think Cn, okay. Cn beta n, beta is our columns. Okay. Then clearly you can, if you take x is equal to C1, C2, etc. Cn, then T x is equal to ax. You will get Tx is equal to ax. That means Tx belongs to range of A. That means column space of A is contained in range of T. Okay. Therefore, what we get R of T contained in this one. Similarly, column space of A contained. This is clear. Okay. If you consider column vectors, okay, and clearly this is some. If you take x is equal to this one, then Tx you can write like this. Okay. Therefore, this is Tx clearly belongs to range of T. That means our Ax belongs to range of T. That means this element belongs to range of T. Okay. Therefore, column space of A is contained in range of T. This implies range of T equal to column space of A. This implies rank of T equal to column rank of A. Okay. Now, what about our N of T? Our N of T is null space of T set of all x belongs to Fn by 1 such that Tx equal to 0. That is set of all x belongs to Fn by 1 such that Ax equal to 0 because Tx equal to Ax. Now what is Ax? Set of all x such that Ax equal to 0 is actually solution of set of all Ax equal to 0. That is solution space of Ax equal to 0. We denote this solution space as S. Okay, therefore nullity of T is equal to dimension of null space of T and which is equal to dimension of S. Therefore nullity of T equal to dimension of S. Using rank nullity theorem we have this result, rank of T plus nullity of T equal to dimension of V. And what is nullity of T here? Rank of T is column rank of A. Nullity of T equal to dimension of V is dimension of Fn by 1 which is equal to n. nullity of T is same as dimension of S equal to n, and column rank of A equal to n minus dimension of S. Now what is actually dimension of S? Dimension of solution space. Okay, you have already discussed this in your matrix section. If we are solving a system of equation, you will find uh, like ax, suppose this is x equal to something, then you will find row canonical form of the matrix, and suppose rank r is equal to, suppose rank is r, then you can substitute yeah, for n minus r unknowns, you can assign arbitrary values to n minus 1 r, n minus r unknowns, then remaining r unknowns can be find uniquely. Okay, so here what is actually n minus r unknown? This is actually basis of a solution space. Okay, so the basis of solution space consisting of n minus r unknowns, therefore dimension of S is equal to n minus r, which is equal to n minus row rank of A. If you substitute this value in this equation, dimension of S, we get column rank of A equal to n minus row rank of A, and which is equal to row rank of A. This implies row rank of A equal to column rank of A. Okay, clear? Now moving to some problems. We have to find, first problem is we have to find rank, null space and nullity of T, where T is this linear transformation. It is from R2 to R3. Okay. Now what is null space of T? Set of all xy belongs to R2 such that T of xy equal to 0. Now T of xy equal to 0 implies T of xy is this one. Okay. X plus y, x minus y equal to this one. Okay, this implies x plus y equal to 0, x minus y equal to 0 and y equal to 0. This implies from y equal to 0, if you substitute this here, then we get x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. This implies n of t equal to this one. This implies nullity of t equal to 0. Okay, we have rank T plus nullity of T equal to dimension of V. This implies rank T equal to dimension of V minus nullity of T. What is dimension of V? Dimension of V is here, V is R2. Therefore, dimension of V is 2. 2 minus nullity is 0. This implies 2. Therefore, rank of T is 2. Now moving to another interesting problem. Here we have to find rank and a null space of zero transformation. Also find identity transformation. Now for the zero transformation, we have 0 of alpha equal to 0 for every alpha belongs to V. Range, there is only one value for range, that is 0. That means range of T equal to set 0. This implies rank of T equal to 0. Substituting this here, we get nullity of T equal to n. Now for the identity transformation, I of alpha equal to alpha for every alpha belongs to V. Therefore, every element in alpha, you get element in range. Okay, therefore range of T equal to V, and therefore rank of T equal to dimension of V, and rank of T equal to dimension of V implies nullity of T equal to rank T plus nullity T equal to dimension V. Okay, therefore rank nullity T means dimension V minus rank T. Okay, actually rank I, identity transformation. Okay, but rank T is same as dimension V, therefore dimension V minus dimension V, which is equal to 0. Therefore nullity is also equal to 0. So for the identity transformation, rank T equal to dimension of V and nullity of T equal to 0. Okay, clear?